Hello there, YouTube family. Hope you're doing good. Welcome to another episode of Distance Bonds as we continue to explore the intricacies of maintaining love across borders. My name is Liz Macau, and hey, I've really missed you guys. I know it's been crazy. We've been super busy, and but I really appreciate you for being patient with us. Um, Let me take this opportunity for sure to appreciate you all for supporting us, especially and this goes to Karosoni fans. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see you, riling up to support us. I see you subscribing. We're almost 1,000 subscribers, and we really appreciate your support. For today's episode, we're going to be talking about international student visas. And, I've seen a lot of people sharing their experiences in the social media. I've seen a lot of people like trying to, put out there their interest in wanting to come in the US to, continue with their studies or even relocating with their families. And I've seen a lot of comments in the social media about the life here, the experiences over here. There are people who feel like it's super challenging, especially those who have families. And I've seen a lot of people advising others, oh, please don't dare. If you have good job back home, just stay there with your family. It's super challenging being in the US. I've seen a lot of students also like, advising others like life in the US is super challenging. You know what? I just felt like it was a good idea to, having met Cindy, who has come here through student visa, and she's been here for almost 1 year now. And I was like, you know what, we need to have a conversation with Cindy and few more people who have come here through student visa and also green card, just to share the experiences. And I have like put out information there. I was like, we need, like, is there something that you're not telling people? Because we all have different experiences, and I have mine, she has hers, another person has theirs. And whatever we're advising our friends, I'm not so sure if that is exactly how life is. So it's good to hear from different people, different students, and get to encourage our fellows who wants to join us in the US. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome Cindy. Cindy, please introduce yourself to my family.
Hi guys, my name is Cindy, and I'm happy to be here today.
Welcome, Cindy, to
Thank
Distance
you.
Bonds. Do you mind telling our viewers about your family background? And
I come from a single parent family. My mom, I was raised by my mom, and I have two siblings, a brother and a sister. I'm the oldest, and I'm very close with my extended family. My family is not very big, so I'm very close with my grandmother, and that's it. I just have my family is very small.
Wow. Yeah. Cindy, talk to us about your transition to the US.
My transition it was not easy. Honestly, I know people say some people have different experiences.
Yes.
So I would say mine was I feel like mine was very different. I think we've had the conversation before, and I just like we brushed through it. But I started my process in 2022, and I tried in 2022 to come here, but it didn't work out. So I was just like, oh no, because people always say, oh no, coming to the US is very difficult as a student. And at that time, I had just turned 20, my early 20s. So I was like, okay, maybe they denied me because, I'm already in my 20s. And because that's when you go on YouTube, when something doesn't work out and you start researching why it didn't work out, you start going to YouTube, you start listening to people on TikTok, and you're like, no, they denied me because I'm 21 or I'm 22. So I think after my first year, 2022, trying, I kind of gave up. But then my aunt, the one I'm with here, my aunt Brenda, so I think her and my mom, they were just like, no, you have to try again.
You have to try again.
You have to try again. So I was like, okay, you know what? I don't really know, but let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. So I did try in 2023, and that's when I got the opportunity at ACC school, like Austin Community College. And they did. They accepted me in September. I remember September 13th. I remember getting the email and I was so happy. But now the problem came with the embassy. Because the first time that I went to the embassy, because I got my F1 visa, the school has accepted you. Then now I have to go to the embassy and see if I'm able to get into the US. So when I did that, the first interview that I got was in September, October. And I didn't get it. So I was like, I was this close. I didn't get it. And I remember, and I had to ask, because when you in Botswana, I don't know if it's the same with Kenya, because in Botswana, when you go, you're not supposed to ask any questions at the embassy. You're just supposed, once they say no, it's a no. You have to get out. And I was like, in my head, I was like, no, I have to ask why. Why did you deny me? and then the lady gave me like a note, and she was like, no, we're denying you with the intention of being and to migrate to the US with other reasons. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I was just like, I tried. And I remember my family was so devastated because I had been waiting to go to college for quite a while because of just challenges that I faced transitioning from, just before the years. So now when I got that denial, I was just like, it's not for me. The US is not for me. And I remember, now this is where I was like, God, God, I don't know where you're taking me, but you better make it known right now. So I remember leaving that place feeling very devastated. And I called my mom, and my mom, obviously, she was devastated. And she was like, no, you're going to be fine. You're going to be okay. Me being me, I was like, because I felt it. I was like, no, this is not the end. And I was like, you know what? Let me apply. So I didn't tell anybody that I was applying again for the visa, because I applied the same day. And it's not allowed for you. Yes, it's not allowed for you to actually apply, to fill out the DS 160 form the same day. You have to wait for like a month or exactly. I applied for it the same day, gave out the same information. I got on a bus because the embassy area was in a different city. Got on a bus, went back home. And I remember my aunt, I told her, my aunt paid for my next, she was like, you know what, if you want to try again, because when I got home, I told her I'm trying again. And then she paid for my visa, because it was expensive back in Botswana. And at that time, I'm like, no, I don't have money, And she was like, do not worry. We're going to pay for it, and you're going to try again. Then 3 weeks later, that's in November, I go back, and guess what? I get it. That's 3 weeks later.
Wow.
I get it. And honestly, because when I went there, when you try something, once bitten, twice shy. So when you try something for a second time, and it didn't go well the first time, you're just like, you know what? I don't know. So I was skeptical about it, but I just went there. And I think at that time, it was just me and God. I don't even remember what I was saying in that room, but whatever I said, I got my visa. I got my visa, and it didn't even take long. I was in there for like 2 minutes. People were in there for like 15. I was in there for 2 minutes.
Well, I have heard a lot of people say it depends with who you meet that day.
It does. It really does. Because the first person that I met that day, the first time I went, was not the same person that I met the second day. So it just depends. Some people even say it's, it depends with the mood of the person that day.
How they woke up that
so like if you woke up on the right side, you'll get a good person. And so I got my visa that day. And everything was just moving so quick. Like everything was just moving so quick according to plan. Because I only had like a month to move here. And remember, 2 months ago, before that, I didn't even know if
you're gonna be here.
I didn't know. I didn't think I was gonna be anywhere actually. So it was just, and this is why I always keep saying God's timing is always the best, because He had to teach me the level of patience that I have today.
Yeah.
I don't mind waiting, like just like generally in life, I
Mhm.
don't mind waiting like 5 years.
Mhm.
Because if God tells me I need you to wait 5 years, I'm gonna wait that 5 years.
Mhm.
Because of how He has transitioned me from how I was,
Yeah.
and I was in a place that I didn't think I would get out of.
Exactly.
And here I am now.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So, Cindy, what kept you, what kept you like motivated to want to try even after the past denial? I know
Mhm.
your aunt, your mom pushed you to try again,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
know there's just something within that would push you to, try. Knowing that you can go back, you can go to college in Botswana.
Yeah,
Or,
yeah.
yeah.
I think I've always been a very ambitious person.
Mhm.
So
Very
me,
important, uh-huh.
I knew that I didn't want to spend my life in Africa. I just
Why that?
I knew I needed to be a great person somewhere else.
Yeah.
So for me, I think my ambitions
Mhm.
and my goals,
Mhm.
they were not in Africa. So
Mhm.
I think that kept me pushing even, and I tried for so long.
Mhm.
Since I left high school for
Mhm.
4 years,
Mm.
I was trying to get out.
Of Africa.
Yeah. So God was just like, no.
Yeah.
Today is not your year. You have to wait.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's okay. So now I think, to answer your question,
Mhm.
I think it was my goals. And then
Good.
my family
Mhm.
second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. And you didn't mention to our people like what you're doing or what program you're enrolled in the US.
Oh, yes. I'm
In a nursing
in a
program.
nursing program.
Mhm.
I'm transitioning to a nursing program. So
Mhm.
my major right now is pre-health sciences.
Mhm.
And yes, my major is pre-health sciences. So I'm transitioning to get into the nursing program.
Okay.
Mhm.
I know it's not been long since
Mhm.
you came to the US as an
Mhm.
international student,
Mhm.
but I'm sure you have some experiences,
Yeah.
in terms of studies and in terms of, just being away from your family.
Mhm.
So how are you navigating that? Like, working on this demanding
Mhm.
program and
Mhm.
also being able to balance your emotional challenges.
Yeah. It hasn't been easy because it's only been 8 months.
Mhm.
I
Oh,
saw when
wow.
people see me, they like, no, you've been
Yeah,
here
you've
for a while.
achieved a lot.
No, it's only been
Oh
8 months,
yeah.
and it hasn't been easy.
And you're
But
already Americanized, according to me.
oh, well,
Yeah.
thank you. But it's only been 8 months. It
8 months.
hasn't been easy because I think my transition was pretty quick.
Mhm.
So I've never had to be an adult outside my family.
Okay.
Because when you just turn like 21, okay, you're an adult, but you haven't experienced the adult. Because I've always been with my mom all my life. So having to come here miles and miles away, away from my mom, the transitioning hasn't been easy.
Yeah.
But I think I've made I've made I've made good progress because I want to give myself that credit.
Yeah.
I've made good progress in such that I've made friends. School is going well. I mean, it's
Going well.
tough, but it's going really well. Finished my first semester.
Wow.
Passed.
Wow.
So
Congratulations.
now on my second semester, it's tough, but it's going well. And I think the support, what also, because I have you guys around me, I have the church, I have my aunt, I have my mom back home. I'm sure I talk about my mom a lot, but I have my mom back home. So the support around me has been great, and I love it. But but one thing, it gets lonely.
It does.
Sometimes.
For sure. It does.
Because you could have support, right? And you just don't. I mean, it's good support because I could have my friends, I could have my family around me, but you just feel like something is missing. I remember we were having this conversation some time ago. You just always feel like
100%.
it's never 100%. So I've been trying to navigate that, and I'm just I'm trying to navigate it in a way that I don't move
Lose
away.
yourself.
I don't lose myself exactly, and I don't move away from my goals.
Yeah.
Because I think that is what brought me here. Remember when I said
Yeah.
I have big things to do and I don't want to do them in Africa? I know I have to do them somewhere, and this is where I'm at. So I think it's a lot, but I don't think, I always tell myself that I don't think God is going to give me anything that I cannot handle.
It for you, for sure, yeah.
So because He's shown me constantly that everything that you want to do, I'm going to make it happen for you. And He has. Because no day in this country, even if I don't have it today, He'll make sure I have it tomorrow. And this is not even me being funny. I could pray today and I say, oh Lord, I do not have this. Tomorrow I have it.
Amen.
And I don't know how it's happening, but I'm in awe. It's like, I just love how God is keeping me here, because it's proving to me that I'm at the right place, and I don't know, I just love it for me. It's pretty tough, I'm not going to lie, but I think I got it. I want to say I got it, and I hope I do. But yeah, I don't know if I answered your question.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And that's what I would say, it's called self-assurance. Like you're not gonna wait around for someone to tell you that you got it. Like you have it in your heart, and you have it in your mind that you got it. And the fact that you're a believer, that really is very important, because like you said, it can get lonely, but we have God everywhere. Even when you feel like lonely, you have someone to talk to all the time. You can try reaching out to Liz, thinking, oh, Liz is my family when I'm here in the US, and maybe I'm super busy somewhere,
Exactly, yeah, because people here are busy.
They're super busy. Yeah. So like, but God is always there for you, and there are things that your mom, your aunt cannot provide, that God really for sure can.
He can provide. Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm so curious to know, like, this loneliness. I know we find that closeness with God, and we run to Him with anything, like any problems we are facing, of course. But you now, as Cindy, facing that loneliness as a student, and you chose to come here to chase your goals and work on your future, and so there's sometimes that, like, you get to a point where now you have to you think about, like, that step you took, which is a bold step. But are there sometimes, like, especially when the loneliness hits, are there sometimes you regret, like, taking that step?
Oh, that's a good question. I haven't yet. I haven't gotten to a point where I regret coming here, because ever since I came here, I've gotten so many opportunities that I did not have. And these opportunities have made it possible for me to even make my family back home's life, better. I mean, I haven't gotten to where I want to be yet, but just, when your family calls you and they're like, oh, because I have a very small family, like I said. So I'm very close to my family. I was raised by my grandparents. So every time, it's such a joy for me when I get a call from my grandma and she's like, are you able to do this for me? And I'm able to do it, because in Botswana, I didn't have that opportunity. So I haven't gotten to the point where I regret the loneliness. The loneliness gets me to regret me being here, because I'm looking ahead and I'm like, no, the opportunities, I think they make it they're even bigger than the loneliness. I think I would say that the opportunities are bigger than the loneliness. And this is not even me trying to
like sugarcoat.
To sugarcoat. No, not at all. It's just that I can be lonely, yes, but when you look at the bigger picture, you're like, you're here for a purpose, and you have to do this, and you have to, like, you need to do this.
Yeah.
Not even you have to, you need to do
Mhm,
this for
mhm,
yourself
mhm.
and my family back home.
Mhm.
So I think that's what overpowers the loneliness.
Good.
Me thinking
Good.
about the
Good.
opportunities that I have here that I didn't have back
Mhm.
home.
Mhm.
Yeah, that overpowers the loneliness. So I haven't gotten to the point where
Where
I
you
regret it
regret,
yet.
yeah.
But yeah, the loneliness
Mhm,
part, that's a whole conversation.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
yeah,
It can be tough.
it is tough.
Uh-huh.
Because
Yeah.
people are busy. Nobody told me, but this country moves fast.
It's super fast.
It's so fast.
Yeah.
You know, today and tomorrow they're not the same.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
paces are not the same.
Mhm.
Today is 180, tomorrow is 240.
Mhm.
So and you know, so adjusting to that has also, I think, because I've been lonely
Yeah.
to some extent.
Mhm.
And somebody would tell me, "Oh, why are you lonely? We're here. You know, you don't have to be lonely."
Mhm.
And I don't know how to explain it to them that it's not even,
It's not what
it's not
they
you
think.
guys.
Mhm.
It's not you
Mhm.
guys. I actually enjoy having you guys,
But there's still
but there's
something.
still something missing.
Mhm.
So when that happens to me, I go ahead and I pray. I'm such a prayerful person. I go ahead and I pray. Sometimes I don't even have to go on my knees and be like, okay, God, no. I'll be walking while I'm in the
And just
supermarket and
telling
I'm
God,
like, you know what, God,
take over, please.
you have to take over.
Yeah.
Because I know that, I think what I learned is if I don't have God with me
Mhm.
at this age,
Yeah.
I might end up doing stuff that
Yeah.
are not,
Yeah.
you know, that are not with my brand. That
That's
are not my
true.
brand, you know,
That's
and I
true,
have to
yeah.
keep my brand very
Yeah.
have to keep my brand in check.
You know,
But yeah.
I think, okay, talking of Gen Z, I think you're the second Gen Z that have had a sit down with, and I'm learning something with you guys. Like,
Yeah.
there's just some sort of like self motivation, some
It's
like
very
self assurance,
important.
which is very important because
Yeah.
some of us, or most people rely on what others say about a certain certain kind of life.
Yeah.
Like for example, like you would say, someone would be like, Cindy, we are here, why are you getting lonely,
Yeah.
but you have your own, you have your own life.
Yeah, exactly.
And maybe what I am providing as a friend or as a community is not
need.
what you need,
Exactly.
Yeah. And I am so like I'm so glad that you know that, like it's in your mind, and you know exactly what you need, and you're able to stand firm for it.
That's
And
true.
the fact that like just putting that faith in God,
faith is very important.
Very important
from
for sure.
a young age.
Yeah.
Because faith, I learned that faith is very important.
Very important.
Because I cannot be able to do anything without faith.
Yeah.
And I think that gets me going.
Yeah.
Because on days that I don't feel like waking up, I just tell God, okay.
So I want to believe that like you've said, you're talking about mom so much. I want to believe she's one of the biggest support system you have. And being 1,000 miles away from her, how do you communicate? Like, how do you make sure that you stay connected with mom?
With my mom, I talk to my mom almost every day. And when days that I don't talk to her, it's just because maybe I have schoolwork. And then because the time difference is huge, it's like 8 hours.
Yeah, it's 8
and
hours,
I'm like, so when she's sleeping, I'm waking up. But I always try to talk to her every day, even when I have a hard assignment. I remember the other day, I was calling her and I was almost crying, and I was like, Mom,
I can do this.
It's getting tough. It's getting tough. And she's like, no, you can do it.
Yes.
She's like, no, you can do it. And I'm like, no, it's tough. But I think with my mom, we've created a relationship in such a way that when I came here, she was my confidant. So anything that I'm facing, I can be able to communicate with. I can text her, she'll reply immediately. If I call her at 3 a.m., she's there ready to pick up my phone. And I'm so grateful for that, because I think not many people have such a close relationship with their parents once they get here, you know, because I've seen, not even, it's not intentional, but just for me, I've tried to make it intentional because I need my mom.
I know. As we were having this conversation just the other day, I remember sharing with you when I went to college back home. I was still with back home. I was still with my family, right? And I remember my mom, that day leaving after registration and all that, and I remember just escorting her to the bus station, and then she took the bus, and I was by myself. I had not made friends yet, so I just remember watching the bus leave, and what came in my mind was I had that fear, okay, here I am. I was 19, a 19-year-old. I have been given a freedom. No one is gonna follow. Colleges, back home. No one is gonna follow me. No one is gonna remind me I have to do my assignments. No one is gonna ask, ask me
you're on your
what
own.
I'm on my own. I almost shed my tears looking at that bus and just thinking where am I going to start? Because it was a walking distance to the hostels. So I was like, where am I going to start?
I don't have any friends.
I don't have any friends. And like you said, I just walked back to the hostel, sat on my bed, and I prayed. Because back in high school, I had friends that
friends.
We used to connect and all that. But this is a new life that is given to me, and now here I am. Freedom is given to me. Freedom in my hands. How am I gonna handle that? How am I gonna control myself?
Exactly.
Because
are you handling that freedom?
So I just talked to God and I said, God, please, it's you again, it's me again. Just just lead me, please. And as you said, he does things at his own ways, on his own ways, and he does things at his own time. So thinking about that now, here is Cindy leaving home. Let's say now you're going to the airport and you're by yourself all the way from Botswana to US. What is in your mind?
Fear.
What is going on in your mind?
Honestly, fear. Because my mom, because you know how when you say bye to your loved ones, and then I think my mom asked for permission so that she could pass through where you take your bag.
So
she was like, let me just I just want to see her go. So that day, fear. I had a lot of fear because during the day when I was getting ready for my trip, I was okay. I was like, oh, excited, I'm going.
I'm going to
But the minute when I got to the airport,
reality
kicked in. And I started crying because my mom we were seated opposite each other. She's seated right there because she's doing her thing. She still has a life back home. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not going to see you for quite a long time. And now the fear kicks in. You're going away by yourself. I'm going away by myself. I'm alone. I mean, I have family here. My family's here, but I'm still alone. I've never had to do this by myself. And that was so scary. That was so scary because I remember the minute I got here, I felt there was excitement, yes, but I was so scared. I was so scared. I remember meeting Habakkuk because he came to pick me up. I remember meeting him for the first time, and he was so excited, and I was so scared. I was so quiet, and I'm sure he was thinking, "Oh, are you always this quiet?" Because I'm sure my aunt was like, "No, she's such a free bird. She's a good she's a good girl." But I was so scared because in my head I was just like, there was so many things moving in my head at once because I was like, am I gonna be able to do this? What if I'm not even able to do this? What if I go back in 2 months? What if I'm not? So there was so much. But I think looking back now, I would tell I don't think I would tell myself to be that scared because, like I said, right timing.
Right timing for sure.
Right timing. So I think I was scared, but looking back now, I don't think I should have been that scared the way I was, because I think everything just worked out fine.
So, being away from your family and leaving your family behind, I would call it such a big sacrifice.
It is.
Yeah, and I know you mentioned like just working on your goals, and it is something that you really really wanted to do.
Yeah.
How have you been able to like just keep that momentum or like the focus?
Again,
Yeah.
This, I take it back to knowing my ambitions, like my goals.
Yeah, and your why.
And my why.
Yeah.
Because the why is very important.
Very important, for
so
sure.
Every time I feel like, I don't think I can do this, I just go back to
your
why. Why are you here? Why would God bring you here? So the why part, that's a very important thing. And the way I keep myself in check, even with school, because that's my main thing here. I think I just always, even with my studies, I think I'm just always being present and being in the moment and reminding myself that no, this is what you have to do.
Exactly.
This is what you need to do. And you have to do it. You actually have to do it.
Yeah. So
the why part, like you said, is very important. So that is what is giving me the momentum to keep going.
That's awesome. Talk to us about the visa. How long is the student visa? And just take us through the process of applying
for
the
student visa. I was given 5 years. And my program is 2 years.
Okay.
So even after finishing my program, I can go into another program because I have 5 years. And I think with the visa, I think it depends with the countries, because I think since I'm Kenyan, we're given 5 years student visa. And yeah, it's 5 years student visa, and then you have your program. Once you finish your program, you can just continue studying until your visa, unless you get a job. Unless you get a job, you hopefully get a job, and then you can adjust your status and stuff like that.
How is it for the first 2 years of you being a student here, and because your status is international student,
yes,
are you guys allowed to work?
No. So you're not, if you have a student visa, you're only allowed to work on campus. So I have to get a job, which I did.
Wow.
I have to get a job on campus, and your school is the one that employs you. Your school gives you a social security. So everything that you do work-wise has to be in school, because if they find you working elsewhere, it's immediate deportation.
Ooh.
Immediate. You don't, and you're banned. So you're not even allowed to come back for quite some time.
Okay. So that means for you to apply or for you to get the visa, you have to have good financial support.
You do. You have to have good financial support from here, because at the embassy they will ask you who is sponsoring your visa. And most of the time, that could be an advantage and a disadvantage, because if you have somebody who's sponsoring you from here, at the embassy they might take it as, oh, you're just going to migrate here, like how I was denied my first visa. They're going to take it as you're just trying to migrate here, and that could, that's a bad thing. So you having a sponsor here, you have to make sure that however you are presenting that sponsor is in a way that you're not too close, but this person is just trying to sponsor my studies, because the questions at the embassy, they're very tricky. So they will ask you questions like, oh, do you have family? Do you have something that's going to keep you grounded once you're back home? And your answer has to be yes, because if you have a sponsor here, you have to tell them that after my school, I have things to do back home. And that's how you will get your visa. Because you don't have to give them the idea that I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
I'm here in America after my studies. I'm here to stay. No.
Mm-hmm.
You have to tell them that I'm here for my studies. Immediately after, I want to go back, even if that's not the case.
And you mentioned about like you know, you have to share, or you have to tell them that you have something yeah. So can you give us one of the example?
One
Is
of the
it
example,
family? Is it like, because you are a
yeah.
student, so they don't expect you to have like,
yeah, because you're a student, and let's say like with my age, I'm still in my early 20s, so I would say I don't have a husband yet, I don't have a child yet. So with me, I say that I have my family back home, and I do plan to work back home. So it just depends with your situation, because you know, you could have international students who are 40 and they're already married and have children. So in that case, you just say, I'm married,
I'm gonna come back
and
to
I'm
my
gonna
family.
come back to my husband and my children. And then if you don't have anything at all, you just have to find a way. You could say that there's a company that wants to hire me immediately after my studies. I'm sure you can find ways to get that letter, because anybody that wants you to succeed, they're gonna help you. Yeah. So that should also be something that you look at. And just generally, the questions depend. So you have to be very keen, but the main thing is to tell them that I have a family back home, or I have my life back home set out for me, and I'm just here to study.
Yeah. Is there a specific website, you know, for someone who is looking to apply for a student visa? How like, can you share like any specific website, and also school selection?
School selection, I went for community college because they're a bit easier to get into. But this also depends with the age thing, because if you've already gone to school, like you have degrees, and you say, I'm in my late 30s or early 30s, and I'm going to community college to do an undergraduate degree, that doesn't seem so convincing. So you have to watch out for that. But I think with the schools, you just, mostly if you're in your early 20s, just transitioning from high school, I would suggest, because that's the route that I use, I would suggest to use like community colleges, because those ones are pretty easy. And then you pick from different states. You don't just pick in one state, because they're going to ask you as well, because they asked me this, why are all your schools in one state? All the schools that you apply to, because they will ask you how many schools you apply to. So you have to choose. You don't have, even if you have a specific state to go to, just like, you know, just choose that, or choose 2 schools from that state, and then now start picking and choosing different states. Yes. And also the websites, mine was because I had my family here, so I think they referred me to the schools. But with the websites, you just go to you check for the states that you want to go to, and then you search for community colleges around that. Even public universities, they're also good, but they're expensive. So
sure.
as an
Especially
international,
students,
so also another reason why you choose community college, because you can transition and transfer to a 4-year college with a scholarship if you do well. So you can just choose a community college because it's cheaper than a 4-year college direct, and then you transition from that.
What are some of the requirements that you need as you apply for the
you have
do you need recommendations from?
Yes, you do need your transcripts. You do need your valid transcripts from high school. You need your transcripts. You need to have your passports, your ID, and you need to have recommendations from the schools, all the high schools that you went to. And then you need to also have good financial support, because that's a major thing.
And you have to have a proof for that.
And then you have to have proof for that, proof for financial solvency. And the proof of financial solvency, that's the main thing. Even if you have a sponsor, they should be able to show that and
Yeah.
give you that, because they're going to ask for your tax refunds.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
going to ask for all those financial things. So
Okay.
yes.
Wow. Yeah, I really wanted you to pass that information to anyone who is looking
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
apply for student visa,
Mhm.
because I know different people are,
Yeah,
trying
there's
different to
different
apply
people
for
are trying.
different visas, and that's very important information to share.
Mhm.
Yeah, and going back to your, support this system, and going back to your experiences being in the US,
Yeah.
I would like you to talk to mom, because I know
Oh.
you've mentioned her a lot. And yeah,
Okay.
for your 8 years in the US,
8 months.
8 months in
Yeah.
the US, talk to her. Let her know like how you're doing, and how you feel being.
So hi, Mama Cindy. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Oh, I'm such a crybaby. I miss my mom so much, but I miss you so much, and I am here to make you proud, which is going to happen very soon.
Amen.
And I just pray God keeps you long enough for me to actually show you how the amazing life that you deserve. So just be patient for me. Yeah,
Wow.
I think.
Wow. That's awesome. Talk to Auntie Brenda.
My aunt, oh, I am so grateful. My mom calls her my destiny helper.
Yeah.
Because there's just those people who believe in you even when you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So to my aunt Brenda, I love you so much, and I just want to thank you for all the opportunities that you've granted me, and for you always believing in me. That has been a very good thing for me, because it has shown me that being here is like, this is where I'm supposed to be, and your support just means everything. So I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to make you guys proud.
Yeah. Talk to your siblings.
My siblings,
I know you miss them.
I do, but they don't miss me. They never call me. They don't call me unless my mom is like, you have to
You
call
have to
your
call your
siblings.
sister.
But my brother, who
Yeah.
is writing his final exams for
Yeah.
high school this year,
Wow.
I'm so
Wishing
proud of
you.
you. He's I miss you so much, and I hope that you're also patient with me. I can't wait to make you guys proud, and most importantly, my grandmother. Um, Generally, I'm doing this for you. So wherever you are, I love you so so much. I just love everybody. I love you so so much, and I cannot wait to make you proud. You are the one person that I cannot wait. So, as well, stay patient for me, stay alive for me, because I need you still. And yeah. And yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I hope I
Okay.
don't cry, because
You
I'm
are
such a
very
crybaby.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
I know, like I've been there once, like just thinking about
Yeah.
family
Yeah.
and how, just the mismatch.
It's a
Something,
lot.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll take you back to your fellow international students. Do you have something to tell them? Any advice for them?
For my fellow international students, we have to keep going, because we're here for a purpose, because not everybody gets an opportunity to come to the United States to actually study and get the opportunities that it has to offer. So I will urge you to just keep going. It gets easier. I promise. People have told me it gets easier. I don't know yet, but apparently it gets easier, and I cannot wait for us to actually experience that. I know it can be so hard sometimes. And it can be so lonely sometimes, but make sure that you have your God with you. And in everything that you do, please pray. Always remember to pray. It's so important. Yeah. But yeah, we're going to be good for my international students.
Sure. Okay. Cindy, I want you to do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is now your time to talk to yourself. Because I know you have goals even after your program ends. I know you have, some plans to, I don't know what, but I really want you to talk to yourself. And because I know in some years to come, you're going to watch this video.
And I'm going to look back.
Yeah, you're going to look back. So talk to Cindy.
Oh, Cindy. This reminds me to go back to 19-year-old Cindy. This is after I graduated from high school. And then I would tell that Cindy not to worry because she was in such a bad place for quite a long time. And she was so worried that her life, that the goals that she had set for herself would not pan out. But I want the Cindy, the 19-year-old Cindy, to be so proud of herself and to just look at everything as a process. It's like she just has to look at everything as a way to get to where she is right now. Because 19-year-old Cindy, she was in a bad place, but she's here now. And I would tell her to just keep on going and to be proud of herself, because she always doubted herself. And I know that even with the great things that I am going to do, I always keep saying that. And I know it's going to happen, but with the great things that she's going to do, she has to always have patience. Because 19-year-old Cindy did not have patience. 19-year-old, 20-year-old, 21-year-old Cindy, 22-year-old Cindy did not have patience. She thought everybody was out to get her. So right now she's in a better place. She's doing good things. And I would just tell her to be so proud of herself and to love herself solely, because that's very important. Because the Cindy now had to go through so many challenges for her to be here today. But she's okay. I would tell 19-year-old Cindy and now Cindy that we're okay now. We're okay.
Wow, that's very important. And Cindy is not okay. Cindy is doing great. As I can see.
I am.
Cindy is doing very great. For sure. I know you mentioned when you tell or you meet people and you say like you've been here for 8 months. They cannot
They're
believe.
like, excuse me?
Can you imagine just 8 months and you're already driving?
That was because I came here and I didn't even know how to operate a car. And I got my license in like my 5th or 6th month.
Some people take like years before getting comfortable. So Cindy, I think you're doing great. You're doing very great.
Thank you so much.
And
that means a lot.
I really love the fact that you can look back and see the progress you've made. And from your words, what you were in 19 when at 19 is not what you are in 23. You're going far. You're gonna go far.
Thank you.
What I hear from you is just like positivity. Everything you're talking about is just positivity, and I really, really, really love that.
Thank you so much.
And I can clearly see that your why, and you're working on your why. And I'm really motivated.
Thank you.
I just love the fact that you're keeping that focus, and it's not even through your words. I can see, I can see I am close to you. I can see it, like,
thank you.
Your
because sometimes I don't see it.
In fact, this is for your mom. She's doing great. she's doing very great, and we are really proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Keep the momentum. Keep the focus. Don't lose your focus. I know, as you mentioned, there are some challenges with just everything around you, generally, but you have to be wise enough to know your why, and you have to be wise enough to know your path. Because we have different paths when we come here, especially at your age. Like we have different different opinions about life over
Yeah.
here. We have
Yeah.
different, things.
Everybody has their own side.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
So don't look at me. Don't look
Mhm.
at the other person. Just look at your why.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm so happy for you, Cindy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. The reason is why, as I had mentioned when we were starting this episode,
Mhm.
I felt like it was very important to have you over, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna have more like international students,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
even couples.
Mhm.
This week as I was going through my social media, I
Mhm.
saw a post.
Mhm.
Someone was just sharing how they are planning to relocate here
Yeah.
with their family.
Mhm.
And I see people from here and
Mhm.
other people from Kenya, from all over, like just giving their opinions.
Mhm.
And they're like, oh no, you're doing better in Kenya, just like stay in Kenya. It's life in the US is very difficult. You're gonna start from the scratch. You're gonna go start and do these mere jobs and all that. And I'm like, I don't think that's
Just
right.
let people be.
Yeah, I don't think that's right.
It's
But
not your path.
again, everyone have their own opinions.
Yeah.
And some of us who are advising these people, we are here.
Mhm.
We know what is best for, like, we feel like we know what is best for these people
Mhm.
who are back home.
Mhm.
But again, it goes back to knowing your why. Why do I want to
Yes,
relocate
exactly.
to the US?
Mhm.
Everyone has their own reasons as to why I want to take
Right.
a certain step.
Yeah.
Like you would talk to a 19-year-old back home or a
Mhm.
23-year-old back home and say like, I'm planning to go to relocate to the US. Maybe
Mhm.
they would be like, that's
Yeah.
not me. No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
I hear this about US and no,
Mhm.
but yeah. So I was like, let me talk to Cindy. Let's hear from her
Yeah.
and your experiences, and especially because you've been here for just few months.
Yeah.
And that is considered the biggest time, or the most important time,
Mhm.
to know if you're going to make it.
Right.
Like they say
Mhm.
also in marriage, like between the first and second year, you're gonna be like
You're going to be
you're
on
gonna
each
tell if
other's
you can.
necks.
Yeah, exactly. So within this first and second year of
Mhm.
you relocating to a different country,
Mhm.
you can tell if like this is something I
This
can
is
handle
something I can
or I
handle.
cannot handle.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was important just having the conversation
Yeah.
and sharing your experience.
Mhm.
What worked for you might work for
Oh,
another person, or it might
it
not
might
work
not
for
work.
another
Just
person.
let people
Yeah,
experience life
yeah.
in their own way. You can
Yeah.
have your opinions. Opinions are fine because, but at the end of the day, I'm either gonna take it
Yeah.
or not, and I shouldn't be crucified for that.
For that, exactly. Yeah.
So I think opinions. Everybody's allowed to have opinions, but I think people should always allow others to experience
that
life in their
Yeah.
own way, because that's very important. I
Mm-hmm.
shouldn't deny myself the chance to experience something because you said it's not going to work out for me. Like, let me see that it's not going to work out, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I have tried.
Yeah.
I think that's
Sure.
very important.
Yeah. Well, this is the end of we have come to the end of our episode, and I really, 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 really appreciate you, Cindy, for
Thank
sharing
you.
your journey and sharing, your life generally.
Yeah.
Being in the US for 8 months, and you have a lot to share with people, and I
Yeah.
am so happy for you.
Thank
You've
you.
also achieved a lot, and I keep on saying that because I'm proud of you for sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, there's a lot that you have achieved at this age.
Yeah.
You would choose to just enjoy life and do stuff, but you choose to keep yourself like
in check.
And that's very important,
Yeah.
especially at your age, having like your family 1,000 miles away, but you're
freedom,
you're given freedom. Mom cannot take a matatu and come away. So yeah, you have all it takes to just explore to explore the country and just choose to, what, I know I came here to study, but I gotta have fun.
Yeah.
But that is not the case on your side. Like I see you working hard a lot, and I'm super, super happy for you.
Have to.
And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your journey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, my people, you've had from Cindy, sharing her experiences and challenges over here. And I know anyone who is navigating, or anyone who's planning to apply for a student visa or relocate to the US, to Canada, to any country you're planning to relocate, I would say no. I'm not gonna say stop, and I'm not gonna say do it. I'm gonna say seek God and give it to Him. And if He opens door for you, do not be afraid. As we have said, always remember your why. Always remember why you're doing things.
Yes.
Things can get tough, but as she has said, it's a process.
Yeah.
It gets better,
It
and
gets
I promise you, it gets better. From my experience, it gets better. So do not be afraid to take that bold step you're planning to take in your life. And for a student out there who is an international student in the US, you're facing challenges. You're trying to navigate in balancing your emotional challenges, and your demanding career. I don't know if it's nursing, I don't know if it's IT or whatever you're doing. Just keep reminding yourself your why, and you'll make it. You'll make it for sure. Yes. Yeah. To my Distance Bonds family, thank you so much for joining us today in this episode. We really appreciate your support. And one thing I will always ask you, please engage with us. And the only way you can engage with us is through the comment section. Tell us what you think about this episode. Post your questions. Cindy is here. We can have her come over again to answer your questions. So if you have any burning question regarding student visa, please post your question. We will read and we will go through your questions, and we can have Cindy over to come and take us through the whole process again. As I said before, thank you so much for your support. We are almost hitting 1K subscribers. It's a journey. I consider it as a journey that started with one step, that started with one subscriber, and here we are at 928, 29. We're getting there, and really appreciate for always walking this journey with us. Till the next episode, I'm gonna say bye bye for now. Thank you.